strength. I listen for the whisper deep down inside. Listen for the whisper, a strong but gentle guide, with 1,000 different voices ringing in my ear. I listen for the whisper that only the heart can hear. The whisper holds the answer, it's up to me to ask. I wonder why so often the thing that I do last is listen for the whisper deep down inside. Listen for the whisper, a strong but gentle guide, with 1,000 different voices ringing in my ear. I listen for the whisper that only the heart can. Listen for the whisper deep down inside. Listen for the whisper, a strong but gentle guide, with 1,000 different voices ringing in my ear. I listen for the whisper. Oh, I listen for the whisper that only the heart can You are beautiful, true and divine. You are beautiful, true and divine. When I look in your eyes, I see you shine. You are beautiful, true and divine. Can you see the beauty you are? Blazing like a shining star. If only you could see what I see, the perfection of your divinity. Are beautiful, true and divine. You are beautiful, true and divine. When I look in your eyes, I see you shine. You are beautiful, true and divine. Know that there are times when you doubt the effect of all you give out. Everyone who knows you agrees the love you give is your legacy. Are beautiful, true and divine. You are beautiful, true and divine. When I look in your eyes, I see you shine. You are beautiful, true and divine. I see it in everything you do. I see it in you. I see it in you. I see it in you.
Good.
Yeah. We're packing them out.
It's magical. Listen to it.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Well, there's one.
Even these adults are about to cry.
I am called to be a healer for all humanity. I am called to be a dreamer, believe in what can be. I am called to be a maker, be an instrument of peace. I am called to be a giver of abundance I receive. I am called to be a prayer, living out the truth I see. I am called to be everything. I am called to be. Called to be the glory here on earth so all might see all the love and all the beauty that shines in you and me. I am the living, breathing God, and you are one in me. I'm called to be. You are called to be a mother, to nurture family. You are called to be a brother, be strength in times of need. You are called to be a neighbor, see a friend in all you meet. You are called to be a leader, to build community. You are called to be a prayer, living out the truth you see. You are called to be everything. You are called to be. Called to be the glory here on earth so all might see all the love and all the beauty that shines in you and me. You are the living, breathing God, and you are one in me. You're called to be. We are called to be the kindness, set the brokenhearted free. We are called to be forgiveness where pain has run too deep. We are called to be compassion, be the wind beneath my wings. We are called to be communion, only then we can succeed. We are called to be a prayer, living out the truth we seek. We are called to be everything. We are called to be. Called to be the glory here on earth so all might see all the love and all the beauty that shines in you and me. We are the living, breathing God, and you are one in me. We're called to be peace, called to be joy, called to be love, called to be peace, called to be joy, called to be love, called to be joy, called to be peace, called to be joy, called to be love. You're called to be.
Good afternoon. My name is Mary Trumanello, and I am the president of the Board of Trustees of First Unity Church. And I have the privilege to welcome all of you by the means of the board and for our spiritual congregation. Anne has brought two very special people to this service, and I'm going to give you a little background on them before they come up and speak. First one is Carol Heitland. Anne and her have been friends almost 40 years. They started working together and were hired 1 month apart in 1985. And as computer programmers, and as they say, the rest is history. During their career, they were part of an outstanding team of dedicated people who developed the first software solution to automate the processing of disability claims for Social Security. Quite an accomplishment. As well as being friends in their professional lives, they were also shared their personal lives. They supported each other during challenging times, and they were always there to support each other with their families. They also, or Anne also, and her husband, Skip, adopted a little dog, a little poodle called Taffy from Carol and Doug last May, and they really are enjoying her. Not everyone has the privilege of having a good friend like that is always there for the hard times and always supports you in bad days. As Anne wanted to quote, Oprah Winfrey said, is people always want to ride with you in the limousine, is when the limousine breaks down and you have to ride on the bus. And Carol has graciously done both with her. The next person that I want to bring forward is Reverend Becky Whitehead. Reverend Becky was a spiritual leader of Unity of Omaha from April of 2022 to April of 2022. She has served as a senior minister since June of 2012. Now this part I'm going to read because there's no way. Currently, she serves as a mentor to new and upcoming Unity ministers. As a panelist for the Licensed Unity Teacher Skill Demonstration Seminar on the credentialing team of Unity World Ministry, and is on the leadership team of the Unity's Field Minister Program. Quite a lot, right? It doesn't stop there. It was during this Licensed Unity Teacher Skill Demonstration in 2018 that Anne and Reverend Becky met, and they had an immediate connection between them. Because of this experience, it seemed only natural that she would be Anne's mentor in the field program. Reverend Becky sees the advantage of human consciousness as something the world is calling out for, and strives to live the principles and teach them in all aspects of her life. She was recently described as a global minister and teacher due to her desire to support as many people as possible in creating a life beyond the limitations of social belief. Reverend Jan is going to read a poem in a couple of minutes that was written for Reverend Becky's orientation service in 2012. The poem is about the meaning of a minister. So we are looking forward to meeting Carol and Reverend Becky a little later in the service, and wish to give them a warm welcome from our spiritual community. Now, if you would just give me a few minutes for my thoughts of Anne. In 2007, Anne Hartupee walked into First Unity Church, and we as a congregation had no idea what a blessing we had just received. Reverend Jan will give you more history on this later, but I would like to give you a little of my personal experiences. At first, I saw a very talented musician. Next, we all saw and encountered her as a faith leader. After that, we worked together as chaplain partners. And last but not least, she was a friend. What a spiritual-led journey. I just want to say to you, Anne, thank you, Anne, for your support and your teachings and your friendship. We will all truly miss you, but we want you to know that we wish you all the blessings on your new journey. Thank you.
Thank you, Mary. All of us at First Unity are so honored today to be hosting the ordination ceremony for Anne. Now I invite everyone, let's just close our eyes and begin to move into prayer. So just take that deep centering breath, breathing into the inner sanctuary of your own soul, where you know the goodness of God and your own divine essence. Every breath is holy. Every breath is divine. Every breath allows us to know our oneness with divine spirit and one another. Our hearts are full of gratitude for this sacred moment, for the joy of witnessing Anne becoming a fully ordained Unity minister. We bless Skip and all of Anne's family, Reverend Becky, and everyone who has supported Anne on her sacred journey. We know that perfect divine energy and love go before her as she moves forward to inspire and enrich many lives. And we say, thank you, God. And so it is, and so we joyously allow it to be. Amen. So, as spiritual beings having a human experience, in Unity we teach that we are endowed with special gifts and abilities which we can activate to enrich our lives. Unity co-founder Charles Fillmore wrote about these gifts, calling them the 12 powers. The powers are spiritual tools for creating a life that is, as the Apostle Paul said, no longer storm-tossed by life challenges. We begin today's ordination ceremony with a 12-power candle lighting service that honors the awakening of these divine attributes, expressed so beautifully in Anne and really inherent in us all. First Unity prayer chaplains and board members will light candles to represent each of the 12 powers, and I will describe their spiritual qualities. So we begin by lighting the dark blue candle representing the power of faith. I awaken my power of faith. I know all is well and claim this truth regardless of any appearance of lack or limitation around me. Next, we light the light green candle, symbolizing the power of strength. As I awaken my power of strength, I have courage, confidence, and endurance. I am strong and unafraid. I am steadfast. We light the yellow candle, symbolizing the power of wisdom. I awaken my power of wisdom and know that I am spiritually guided. I discern and know what is mine to do. I make wise decisions. We light the next candle, the pink candle, for the power of love. I awaken my power of love. I am a radiating center of divine love and express that love to everyone, including myself. The love that I am generates harmony and healing in all my relationships and attracts me to ever-increasing good. We light the next candle, the purple candle, for the power of power. I awaken my faculty of power. I take dominion over my thoughts and feelings as I claim the truth of my divine nature. My thoughts, words, and actions reflect this awareness and call forth love and peace in the world. We light the light blue candle for the power of imagination. As I awaken my power of imagination, I see innovative, creative ways to act and express. I hold a vision of what can be. Unlimited good flows into my life now. We light the gold candle for the power of understanding. As I awaken my power of understanding, I know that the perfect outcome of every situation is being revealed to me. I listen, I discern, I understand. We light the silver candle for will. As I awaken my power of will, I surrender any resistance and say yes to what is mine to do. From the foundation of my willingness, my greatest good unfolds for myself and for the world. We light the dark green candle for the power of order. As I awaken my power of order, I consciously participate in my spiritual growth and release any resistance or struggle. Harmony, balance, and ease are now established in my life. We light the next candle, the orange candle, for the power of zeal. I awaken my power of zeal and feel enthusiasm for life and unlimited possibilities. I am motivated to move forward with what I prayerfully discern is mine to do. We light the tan candle for the power of elimination. As I awaken my power of elimination, I renounce the power that I have given to the past. I release all false beliefs, limiting thoughts, and negative feelings in order to embrace unlimited possibilities of godness and goodness right now. And finally, we light the red candle for life. I awaken my power for life. Every cell in my being is charged with pure, restorative, divine life. I am invigorated, enlivened, and energized with the knowing and claiming of my innate divinity. And so we celebrate these 12 gifts of God, knowing that every moment of our lives is an opportunity to bear witness to the love and power of the divine. And so now, if you are willing and able, we would ask for everyone to stand and join in singing the song Witness by Daniel Nahmad, led by Deborah Sharn and our music director, Steve Schenkels. Please stand.
This day is a witness to my sacred purpose, to all that I'm meant to be. This day is a witness to my sacred purpose, to all that I've meant to be. Letting it in, letting it flow, letting it go where it may go, letting the power of your presence show the way. Letting it in, letting you know, I'm letting you lead that I might follow, being a witness to your presence every day. This soul is a witness to my holy purpose, to all that I'm born to be. This soul is a witness to my holy purpose, to all that I've meant to be. Letting it in, letting it flow, letting it go where it will go, letting the power of your presence show the way. Letting it in, letting you know, I'm letting you lead that I might follow, being a witness to your presence every day. This life is a witness to my rightful purpose, to all that I've come to be. My life is a witness to my rightful purpose, to all that I've come to be. I will bear witness to your love. I will bear witness to your love. I will bear witness to your love for all my life. I will bear witness to your love. I will bear witness to your love. I will bear witness to your love for all my life.
I'm honored that Anne asked me to speak to you today at this very special occasion. And a lot of what I'm going to say, she's already told you. So, always stealing my thunder, that woman. So, Anne and I met in September of 1985. We were the first two female computer programmers hired by a company called Levy & Associates. We were a part of a small software development company, as you can tell, with only 13 people. Anne had a bit of experience, but this was my first programming job. I would say we were both fairly wet behind the ears, and as fate would have it, it would be our last computer software jobs. We both stayed with the company for the next 30-plus years. It was not only a workplace, but it became our family. I would say we were each other's mentors. We shared knowledge about work as well as life. Anne was and is a friend to everyone she worked with, as well as the clients she supported. Our company developed the disability determination software for the federal SSA disability program. So even the software that Anne developed served the greater community. We had clients in 30 different states. A group of us was assigned to a set of states to manage. Not only did Anne's assigned clients adore her, but all the other states' clients did too. Everyone thought highly of her. Okay, there was one client that wasn't crazy about Anne. But don't hold that against her. They didn't like anybody. So, in addition to building a strong professional relationship with her clients, Anne grew a personal relationship with them too. She cared about these people. She listened to their needs and looked for the best way to help them. Anne has always been someone you could go and talk with. You could say that she was the company counselor. Do you have a problem? Go talk to Anne. She may or may not have the answer, but she will listen to you and care about your situation. That is a thing that has always struck me about Anne. She has compassion and empathy for others, and that includes animals too. So this is we're gonna repeat because she already told you about the dog. But anyway, recently my husband and I, we inherited his elderly cousin's dog, Taffy, as his cousin had to enter an assisted living facility. We have a little dog already, Tilly, so we had Tilly and Taffy. You cannot have a family with Tilly and Taffy. So Tilly was not happy with Taffy invading her territory. We were hoping to find a new home, a new forever home for Taffy. As soon as Ann and Skip met her, they clicked and they offered to give Taffy that forever home. Tilly sends her thanks. I've never met anyone that is as compassionate and caring for her fellow man and beast. So I think most know that life has thrown Ann more than her fair share of challenges. She's faced health issues for herself, her family, and friends. She's experienced loss of some of those family and friends. How she dealt with those challenges have made her the wonderful and caring person she is. All those experiences give her the ability to empathize with what other people are going through and provide them a measure of comfort. I went through a divorce several years ago. It was the hardest thing I ever had to deal with. I was afraid of so many things that could happen to my boys and myself. Ann supported me, and she helped me through it. She listened to me and helped me to ease my fears. Years later, when I remarried, she was there to celebrate with us. She was our only friend that we invited to our wedding besides family. She was a part of the ceremony and played the piano. She has always been there for me, as I know she's always been and will always be for others. Sorry. Thanks again, Ann, for letting me be a part of this ceremony. It's so important.
Thank you, Carol. That was beautiful. So now I'm going to read the poem that Mary mentioned a little bit earlier. It's entitled, What Does It Mean to Be a Minister? And it is written by James Dillett Freeman. I love this poem. I have a framed copy hanging in my office, and if I have a low moment, I like to read it. It's very inspirational. And now it's even more special to me because I just found out that it was rewritten and modernized for the class of 2013. When Becky was ordained. So now it means even more to me. So this is, what does it mean to be a minister? You ready? I know you are. It means to make yourself small so that others may feel large. It means to make yourself a servant so others can feel their mastery. It means to give so that those who lack may receive. It means to love so those who feel unloved may have someone who never rejects them, someone with whom they can always identify themselves. It means to hold out your help to those who ask and deserve help, and also to those who do not ask or deserve it. It means always to be there when you are needed, yet never press yourself on another when you are not wanted. It means to stay at peace so that those who are contentious will have someone to look to stabilize themselves. It means to keep a cheerful outlook so that those who are easily cast down may have someone to lift them up. It means to keep faith and to keep on keeping faith even when you yourself find little reason in believing, so that those who have no faith can find the courage to live. It means not merely to live a life of prayer, but to turn your prayers into life. More life for you, more life for those to whom you minister. It means to be God-centered and human-hearted, to involve yourself in humanity, to keep your vision on humankind's divinity, and so draw forth in all around you the human form divine. It means to share in the great moments of people's lives, in birth and sickness, in marriage and death, And at all those times, whether crisis or celebration, to bring comfort and a blessing, and above all, a sense of presence that sometimes we cannot see, and of a meaning that we often overlook. This is what it means to be a minister of God and a minister to humanity. And I know Anne is ready. So, beautiful poem. So, it has been said that few people are ever honored by what they receive. True honor comes from what we give. And Anne, what you have given to us is absolutely immeasurable. You are an arc of light, and you will always, always be part of us. I actually remember our first real conversation 17 years ago. I shared this at Anne's going away party earlier this year. She'd been with us for just a few weeks as our pianist and music director, and I came up to her after church and I said to her, Anne, you're just a wonderful asset to our spiritual community. We're so happy to have you. And she looked at me and she said, thank you. You know what? And I said, what? And she said, I think you all really have something here. And as Mary said earlier, the rest is history on that one. So Flavia Whedon wrote, some people come into our lives and go quickly. Others stay for a while and leave footprints on our souls. And we are never, ever the same. And so it is with you, Anne. You are a woman of many talents and gifts, and you have lovingly shared them all with us. Mary mentioned them. I'm just going to elaborate a little bit. As our music director, you lifted our souls with song. As a prayer chaplain coordinator, you helped us all discern our prayer consciousness and deepen it. As a licensed teacher, you supported me and the entire ministry, and in the classes you taught, you helped us gain greater understanding of spiritual principles to utilize through life's joys and heartaches. And as a licensed Unity minister, you inspired us with your presence and your passion. And working with you through the years has just been an honor and a great joy. I admire many things about you, dear friend, but as I wrote on one of your program evaluations, one of your most impressive qualities is your ability to organize and manage all the hard work and the details without, as Anne always says, getting lost in the weeds. We'll take that expression and use it from now on, Anne. Whether it's facilitating a ministry meeting, planning an event, preparing a talk, or chasing birds and squirrels out of the building, something not covered in the ministerial program. Maybe you could take care of that, please, Becky. It's a needed skill. At any rate, through it all, Anne efficiently managed it, never losing sight of the highest vision and mission for herself and our entire spiritual community, and that is not easy. So a story that I'll tell quickly comes to mind. A lot of you know it. It's of 1,500 years ago. The highly acclaimed English architect, Sir Christopher Wren, was walking through one of his construction sites, and none of the workers realized who he was. I'm wondering if maybe this was the original idea for Undercover Boss. I don't know, it's possible. But when Mr. Wren approached one of the stonemasons working really hard at the tedious and backbreaking work, Mr. Wren asked him, "What are you doing?" And the stonemason, wiping sweat from his brow, responded, "Can't you see, man? I'm cutting stones." Next, Mr. Wren asked a second mason the same question, and he replied, "Can't you see? I'm earning a shilling a day to support my family." And finally, he came to a third mason, and he asked him the same question. And this one, even though he was involved in this back-breaking work, seemed joyful, and he replied, "Can't you see? I'm building a cathedral to the glory of God." And Anne, you are that third stonemason, without a shadow of a doubt. You are called absolutely to this new type of cathedral to be built, and we know you will be successful in its building. And I know also that I speak for our entire spiritual community when I say we are so proud to have supported Anne Hartupee through the licensed Unity teacher and ministerial programs. When I was in the field ministry program, people often commented on how much work it was. And it is a rigorous program, but I always said, well, you wouldn't want them to say, "Poof, you're ordained," would you? I mean, has to mean something. And so it is an amazing program. And I know both Ann and I are so grateful for especially the Unity Field Ministry program, where we were supported by amazing mentors and spiritual teachers, and were able to learn so much and immediately apply it in our home church. So it's really a great model. And today is the culmination, Ann, of all your studies and hard work. So we know, Ann, that your light and love will always be part of us at First Unity. Your laughter will always echo here, and the footprints you are leaving on our hearts will never fade. And I'd like to ask everyone to stand if you're willing and able, please. And we are going to do, for Skip and Ann, our Unity blessing. So if you'll just please repeat after me, please, together. We love you, we bless you, and we behold the Christ in you. One more time. We love you, we bless you, and we behold the Christ in you, or as you. So now you may be seated. Congratulations, dear friend. Congratulations. So proud of you. Now we welcome Brian Clark, who will sing a song that he composed entitled Ark of Light for this joyous occasion. Brian. Looks like also with Steve Schenkel.
About a year and a half ago, Ann asked me if I would write a song for her ordination. She didn't get all of that out. I just said yes. But to take someone's life purpose and describe it, the essence of that, and do it justice, that I realized, well, I'd bitten off something. So I started sending Ann questionnaires about her life and her purpose. And the answers I got back were so cinematic that pretty soon I began to see the song as a movie that I was watching. And I've never been more excited to play one of my own songs than I am to play this one today. So, Ann, thank you for asking. It is an honor. And so this is Ann's song. It's called Ark of Light. You linger in the empty church, a heart so young, sometimes it hurts, but in this place you feel yourself at home. A silent, sacred moment comes across your heart, and then it's done, and beyond all understanding you find peace, and the words that echo in your memory be the deepest love you know, that your kindness will always show, so that everywhere you go it will shine. Do the things you're meant to do, to your own self be true. May you never lose sight of your orb of light. Out into the doubtful day you stayed awake. You said, okay, I know enough to trust another day. Every life we ever touch, may each of us be lifted up, and in our time we all might find our way. and we're all in this together anyway. Be the deepest love you know. Let your kindness always show, so that everywhere you go, it will shine. Do the things you're meant to do. To your own self be true. And in the dark of any night, you'll find your arc of light. Scenes around us change, the themes remain the same. The same mountain we all must linger in the empty church. Your heart so young, sometimes it hurts. But in this place, you'll find yourself at peace. And these words still echo in your memory. It takes a lifetime to know what it means to be the deepest love you know. Let your kindness always show, so that everywhere you go, you'll shine. Do the things you're meant to do. To your own self be true. May you never lose sight of light. Do the things you're meant to do. To your own self be true, and you never lose sight of your arc of light. Your arc of light. Your arc of
So that was beautiful. So hi, I'm Reverend Becky Whitehead, and it's my honor to be here today. And let's see, you said I had about an hour? No, oh. Gosh, you know what happens when you put a minister at a podium? You know, we may be here a while, but that's okay. I promise you, we won't be here that long. So I've been asked to share a little bit about the field ministry program. When I went through it, and I believe, Jan, when you went through it, it was called the Field Licensing Program, but it's like, that doesn't make sense because we see them all the way through. So it's the Field Ministry Program. You know, and for those, it's designed for those in leadership roles who are actively serving in a ministry, and it's customized so that we may support those that are going through the program in such a way that they are going to be successful along the way. It's designed in order to discover those growing edges so that we can teach to those growing edges and support them. And it was mentioned that I met Ann when she went through her skills demonstration seminar to become a licensed Unity teacher. And I don't know if I've shared this with you or not, but I sat on that panel and I heard and I observed and I listened. And one of the things that happened was, yes, we had a connection, but Lynn Odell, Reverend Lynn Odell, is the head of the credentialing team, and she's over that program. And after we were all done, I said, that one's going to go into ministry. And when that one does, I'm going to be her mentor. And Lynn said, okay, I'll remind you of that. And guess what? She did. She reminded me when Ann came through to be admitted that she said, Becky, you told me that you were going to be Ann's mentor. And I said, yep. And I said, I'm ready, and let's do it. So Reverend Ann, and myself, we are all products of this program. To me, it is the best program that Unity has to set up the best successful ministers that we have. And so what's next? We're here today. We're going to do the official deed. We're going to ordain Reverend Ann. You know, she got licensed a few years ago, but now this is the lifetime piece, because ordination lasts forever. And so what do we do next? Well, I'm blessed in the fact that Ann is actually working with me in the ministry. It's an alternative ministry, which means it's kind of a ministry without a church building. And it's a recognized ministry of Unity Worldwide Ministries, and it's called Heart-Centered Living. And that's what it's about. It's about supporting ministers, ministries, individuals, organizations, communities in living from the heart. Because we know, as Charles Fillmore taught, that is the abode of God. And as that abode of God, we need to live as that, from that energy, from that consciousness. So what all does this mean? What do we do? So we're focused on supporting independent individuals, groups, communities, ministries, and others in the elevation of consciousness through spiritual awareness, abundance realization, healthy life choices, and practical spiritual living. Transforming lives one healthy thought, action, and habit at a time. We offer classes. We do this virtually. We're getting ready to begin actual in-person study groups, guest speaking. Unity now has a program called Minister of Record. That's for communities that don't have an on-site minister, but they need a minister to be there to support them and to look at what's going on. And we serve in that capacity for those ministries to keep them in alignment with Unity teachings and in alignment with Unity Worldwide Ministries, and keep them legal under the federal government. So there's always that part that comes in. We offer spiritual counseling, ministerial consulting, transitional support, and coaching. So just because Ann is, quote, semi-retired, as I am, doesn't mean that we've slowed down. I'm not sure that I see slowing down in our future. Probably going to get a lot busier and have a lot more going on as time comes on. So that's what Ann is doing now in northeastern Georgia. Yes, we take care of things in that area, but we also cover and serve ministries all across the country. And I've done a little bit of work in the ministry with some international communities. So yes, we are becoming and fulfilling that dream of being global ministers in such a way as to support and expand that consciousness that we know is available to all of us when we just tap into it and become it. And so, Ann, are you ready to be ordained? Yes? Okay. Well, then I think what I'm going to ask you to do is to come up here with me. And I'm going to give you this, and I'm going to step aside here just a little bit. So I'm going to ask you to affirm some statements, as we go through this. So, Reverend Ann, would you affirm your responsibilities as a minister of Unity Worldwide Ministries by repeating these statements? I affirm my unity with God.
I affirm my unity with God.
I affirm my unity with myself.
I affirm my unity with myself.
I affirm my unity with all ministers.
I affirm my unity with all ministers.
I affirm my unity with all people.
I affirm my unity with all people.
I affirm my unity with unity.
I affirm my unity with unity.
I affirm I am.
I affirm I am.
So, in the awareness of the activity of spirit which has led you to this memorable and sacred commitment, are you willing to accept this role of leadership, not to be set apart, but decreed to proclaim the truth as taught by unity, to be forgiving, to instruct, to comfort, to listen in confidence, to lead faithfully, and to minister more abundantly, and love all people more fully and freely? If you do, would you affirm with I am?
I am.
Are you willing to accept this role and all that is hereby symbolized as a faithful and loving minister, to maintain a strong prayer practice, to teach by example, to live in integrity, to call upon Unity Worldwide Ministries for information and support, and to be an active presence in the unity movement?
I am.
Are you willing to be a covenant with all ministers and ministries everywhere, respecting, honoring, and supporting your colleagues to fulfill the joyous assignment together in a life of dedicated, faithful service, working in harmony with Unity Worldwide Ministries in what you teach, where you teach, and whom you teach?
I am.
All right, so, yeah. So, so Ann is being presented with her official ordination certificate, and it is through this that we proclaim you a unity minister. So, Ann, will you turn and face everyone? Now, I'd like to present to you this spiritual community, the Right Reverend Ann Hartupee. And Ann, as your first official duty as an ordained unity minister, I invite you to light the Christ candle, a symbol of your ordination and the commitment of First Unity Church of St. Louis, the unity movement, the transformation of consciousness, and the creation of a world that works for all. And as she lights this, we're reminded that that Christ light shines in each and every one of us. Okay. You may have a seat. So there's a song that's getting ready to be played. And this song is one that is written and performed by Stowe Good, Karen Taylor Good and Stowe Daly. They are dear friends of mine. And I commissioned this song from them a few years ago for the class of graduates and for all those who are being ministers, who are living in that. And so what I'm going to remind all of us is that no matter what our title is, we are all ministers. And it's just a matter of saying yes to that. So please enjoy the music, A Servant's Heart.
I remember as a small child, and all through the years of growing up, when chaos swirled around me, your calming presence found me, and I could feel your love.
And I remember asking, what would you have me do? You whispered into my soul, this gift will make your life whole. This treasure is for you, and you will love, and you will lead, and you will be my hands and feet, a guiding star with your servant's heart.
No, this heart can still be broken, and sometimes it may bleed, but when it's kind and open, this life that you have chosen will give you all you need.
Yours will be the path less traveled as you seek your sacred place. But even when it's painful, as one of my angels, you'll find amazing grace, and you will love, and you will lead, and you will be my hands and feet, a guiding star with your servant's heart.
There'll be days you feel like giving up.
Take the time to fill your cup. Take care of you.
You will love,
You will lead, and you will be my hands and feet, a guiding star with your servant's heart. Your precious servant's heart.
Thank you very much. It is my honor today to take a few minutes in this celebration to say yet a little bit more about Ann Hartupee. If you know Ann, you know that she does not like being the center of attention. It's not one of her favorite activities. So when I asked her what she wanted me to say, she gave me free rein to mention one of her delightful personalities that many of you have not met. Whoop, here we go. I first met Ann when she was the music director at First Unity here and the choir director. I joined the choir as soon as I could and became an admirer of her musical style and her talents. Rehearsals were on Saturday mornings and were usually a lot of fun. except when we became unruly and didn't pay complete attention, or just didn't produce the effect that she was trying so hard to get, no matter how many times she made us do it. The problem was not the altos, it was the tenors. Yes. Now, picture our sweet Anne becoming a whole different person. She even has a name for her alter ego. Are you ready? Wilhelmina. When she appeared, all antics stopped. We sat up straight. Our eyes were focused on Wilhelmina, and we did whatever Wilhelmina said. Sometimes all she had to do to corral us was to say the words, "Don't make me call Wilhelmina." Now, here's what I really want to know. Skip, have you met Wilhelmina? Yeah. Oh. Okay, all right. But seriously, because this has been such a beautiful ceremony, I do want to be serious, because my most cherished memory of Anne is as the woman who stepped up time after time after time in whatever capacity this church needed her to fill. We have become good friends, and I love sharing spiritual insights with her whenever possible. And she's taught us all so much about being good practitioners of unity principles. To me, that is her precious legacy. And to honor that legacy, First Unity Church of St. Louis is pleased and proud to present Anne with a love offering straight from our hearts.
So it's almost over. The service, that is, not the ministry piece. I want to take just a minute thanking the musicians that express so much that words cannot. Thank you, thank you, thank you. To each of you for coming out today, not even knowing what time the service started. And braving the heat. Thank you from the bottom of my heart. To my tribe, my soulmates, my heartmates, I will always remember the love in this day, in every face in this room, and please know, wherever we are, wherever we go, we are one. Namaste.
Hi, I'm Hope Dodson. I'm prayer chaplain, and we are nearing the end of our service. But before that, I wanted to say I was on the bell choir, so I knew Wilhelmina too. But one thing I will say is that I love most about Anne is she's so quiet and soft-spoken, and then she laughs. And you can hear it across the building. So joyful. All right, so we are coming to the end of our service. I'll do an ending prayer, and then we'll do a community song. So let's take a deep breath as we release and center our minds and hearts on this solemn and joyful occasion. This day, which comes at the end of Anne's long journey to become an ordained Unity minister, is also at the beginning of her next journey in ministry. In this sacred liminal space, let us take a moment to bask in the joy, the satisfaction, and the sense of achievement from fulfilling God's calling. Let us savor and remember this for just a moment. And now we see Anne blessed with the Christ presence as she goes forward in her ministerial journey to feed his sheep by inspiring, comforting, leading, and teaching. We thank God for guiding Anne in wisdom, a compassionate heart, strength of character, and a willingness to step out in faith. We also bless Anne's husband, Skip, who has walked this journey with her and will continue to do so in strength, understanding, and love. We are grateful for the many wonderful years with Anne here at First Unity Church of St. Louis. We know that all those whose lives she will touch in the future will be enriched and transformed, and so it is. Amen. So, this concludes the service, except for the community song we'll do in just a minute. So you're invited downstairs to have a lovely light meal with Reverend Ann and Skip and all of us. So next, if you're willing and able to stand and join us in this song called "We Come Together" by Eddie Watkins Jr. Thank you.
Lift your voice and repeat after me. We come together, we come together, we come together. In the name of love, we come together, we come together, we come together. In the name of love, take a look at the person next to you. God loves you and I love you too. Now feel the love in the sanctuary. Lift your voice and repeat after me. We come together, we come together, we come together. In the name of love, we come together, we come together, we come together. In the name of love, from every walk of life and every creed and color, in kinship we unite. The power of God in each other. Oh, take a look at the person next to you. Say namaste, I bow to you. Feel the love in the sanctuary. Lift your voice and repeat after me. Everyone, here we go. We come together, we come together, we come together. In the name of love, we come together, we come together, we come together. In the name of love, we come together. We come together, we come together. In the name of love, we come together. We come together, we come together. In the name of love.